When I took the night shift job, I thought I'd finally found a way to breathe. The posting had been sitting online for months, and the pay was way too good for a receptionist role. That should have been my first warning. But after weeks of rejection emails and awkward interviews, the idea of quiet nights in an empty office building sounded perfect. No customers. No coworkers. No pressure. Just time, silence, and a paycheck. The building sat on the edge of an industrial park, surrounded by empty parking lots and tall streetlights that hummed all night like tired insects. During the interview, the building manager, Mrs. Cole, barely asked about my experience. She just explained the routine. Log visitors. Answer phones. Stay awake. Then she gave me one rule. Never answer desk phone number 3. She didn't smile when she said it. She didn't explain it. She just waited until I nodded. And like an idiot, I laughed and assumed it was office superstition. My desk had 3 identical phones lined up in a row. Phone 1 rang occasionally with routine calls. Phone 2 connected directly to security. Phone 3 sat on the far right, unplugged, yet powered on. Its tiny green screen glowed constantly, even though its cable wasn't connected to anything. The first few nights were easy. Quiet. Almost peaceful. After midnight, the building settled into a strange rhythm. The vending machine clicked as it cooled. The heating pipes rattled awake around 2 in the morning. The elevator chimed once every hour even when no one used it. At first, the silence felt relaxing. Then it started feeling like something was waiting. The first time phone number 3 rang, it was barely audible. A soft, polite ring. Like someone clearing their throat. I froze with my coffee halfway to my mouth. The sound echoed in the empty lobby like it didn't belong in the world. I stared at the phone for what felt like minutes. Then I remembered the rule. Never answer desk phone number 3. The ringing stopped after exactly 3 chimes. The silence that followed felt heavier than before, like the building was disappointed in me. When I mentioned it to Marcus from security the next morning, he laughed. Said every night receptionist eventually hears it. He asked if I answered. When I said no, he nodded like I'd passed a test I didn't know I was taking. He didn't laugh after that. The phone started ringing once a week. Then twice. Always at night. Always the same gentle tone. Always stopping just before I felt brave enough to touch it. Mrs. Cole eventually asked me if it had rung. When I said yes, her expression tightened. She leaned close and whispered something I still think about every night. Answering invites conversation. Conversation invites attention. Attention invites presence. She left without explaining what that meant. After that, the building felt different. Hallways seemed longer. The elevator doors stayed open a little too long. Some nights, I heard footsteps from floors that were supposed to be empty. Then I found the logbook. Dozens of names. Years of night receptionists. Most entries were normal. Routine. Boring. But scattered through the pages were frantic notes. It rang again. I didn't answer. Still here. The entry stopped 3 years ago. When I showed Marcus, he didn't joke. He said something I wish I could forget. It's patient. The ringing started happening every night after that. Longer each time. Louder. More insistent. Sometimes the phone screen glowed bright enough to cast shadows across the lobby. One night, I heard footsteps above me while it rang. Slow. Deliberate. Walking across an empty floor. Security cameras showed nothing. The footsteps stopped directly above the lobby, right above my desk. Another night, the elevator opened on the ground floor. No one stepped out. But I heard movement inside. Mrs. Cole finally told me what happened years ago. The 3rd floor used to hold a call center. One night, the phones never stopped ringing. Employees kept answering. By morning, the entire floor was empty. No signs of struggle. No explanation. They disconnected every line in the building. Except desk phone number 3. Now it rings almost every night. Sometimes multiple times. Sometimes for so long my hands start shaking. I've come close to answering more times than I want to admit. My hand hovering inches above the receiver. My brain screaming for answers. Because curiosity grows. Fear fades. And the silence after the ringing feels worse than the sound itself. I understand the rule now. It isn't there to protect the building. It's there to protect whoever's sitting at the desk. I still work the night shift. The job posting quietly went back online last month. Just in case, the phone is ringing more often now. And one day, I think I might answer it.